Hello. Welcome to the podcast formerly known as Emergency Protocol. I'm Jackie.
And I'm Denise.
That's still my mama.
And that's still my baby.
We're also still stressy and depressy, just with a new name.
Because apparently Emergency Protocol sounded too much like we were selling first aid kits.
So, welcome to 12 Steps for Everyone.
Whether you're in recovery like me,
or managing mental health like I am, these steps are the guardrails that keep us on the road.
Whether we're going one day at a time,
or just trying to conquer Laundry Mountain.
Let's get into it before we change the name again. Hi.
Hi.
We're back.
We're back.
It's been a summer.
It's been something.
I don't think we've talked since before our birthdays, which is on June 14th. Jackie and I share the same birthday.
That is a long time.
So, and it's now July 25. So, yeah, it's been a minute of summer.
Yes.
Since we spoke, we did get to see each other live. We thought we would record in person, but it was just too much going on that week.
Yeah.
We got to see, for lack of a better description, my godson get married, and we all went up to Ojai and had a delightful long weekend.
Yes.
At the Ojai Valley Inn, which we love, except for it's gotten too expensive.
So stupidly expensive.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I guess this is our big summer trip. It's the same as a big summer trip. So, but I was happy to do it because it was our time together. That's the only time we had together this summer with both of you guys in different grad schools and schedules and for you, different state.
Yes.
One thing I will say is I probably will talk a little less or a little funny because I had dental surgery yesterday.
Oh, right.
And I am now missing a tooth. So, yeah. Well, luckily, it wasn't in the front.
Okay.
But,
sheesh.
Okay, so I just have to say.
Disclaimer.
I have been sober for 40 years. Mm-hmm. I really don't ingest any kind of anything other than, like, I don't even drink kombucha, right? Like, I maybe have an Advil every once in a while, maybe a Voltaren if I have a muscle spasm, something. Mm-hmm. Nothing. So they gave me 3 choices. They were like, we could do a local, like, shot, like regular dentist. We can give you something else where you can drive home afterwards, drive yourself home. Mm-hmm. Or we do full on anesthetic anesthesia and you get knocked out and you need a ride home. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'll take option number 2, like thinking it's kind of like the
I just rolled my eyes
when I had to go to
who can't see the camera.
When I had to go to colonoscopy, which I felt like they just roofied me. You just like, I was like, hey, I feel something in the back of my throat, and she goes, yep, and then you're out, and then you wake up and you're like up. Mm-hmm. This was not that. This was, she put something on my nose, and it turns out to be nitrous oxide.
Oh.
And she's like, are you feeling anything? I was like, kinda. And then as I'm, she's like, okay, well, just breathe through your nose for a little while. All of a sudden, I'm like, I can't feel my fucking feet. Like, what the fuck? Whoa. And so then my head is like, oh, okay. And I have a little monitor on my finger that's measuring my heart, and I could feel my heart accelerating. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do some box breathing, right? I'm just going to try and be present for this as much as possible and not, this is weird. Mm-hmm. And then, the doctor finally comes in and I look at him and he's got these fucking pliers. And I was like, is that man going to take a fucking tooth out of my head? Like, and then he did what he did and it was over. But I was just like, I can't believe I spent so much of my time and life before sobriety trying to numb myself out from
Mm.
everything because that was not, I did not like it. I did not like not being in charge of my faculties. I was just thinking to like those times where I was so incapacitated that people could
Yeah.
do things to me and I would not have a say or I would not
Mm.
have an impulse to be like, hey, maybe not. Like maybe, maybe we shouldn't sleep together. And I'm not saying
Mm.
that we weren't mutually taking advantage of each other because I was probably flirting and doing all what I do you know what I mean? But
Sure.
I was definitely taken advantage of multiple times, and you can put that on the scale of that scale, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also, I was just like, I would rather be uncomfortable in my feelings
Mm.
than numbed out, like can't feel my feet, like
Yeah.
can't, like wow.
Mm.
Because I would drink to blackout. I would, take stuff to, it was crazy. And so anyway, it was an interesting experience yesterday to not be sober for 45 minutes.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah. And then just driving
Mm.
home, I was like, huh, still not
That's weird.
100%, but I was
Sure.
like, okay, I have to be extra careful driving home. I was driving extra slow. I was
Yeah.
driving, and it is, just weird to have an experience of what my life used to be like on the
Mm.
regular. Not that I was like physically numb to everything, but I was numbed out to myself
Yeah.
on some level. I'd wake up smoking pot and then I'd be drinking after work if I was lucky to have a
Mm.
job, and all the other accessories, I'll call them,
Extracurriculars.
whatever
Yeah.
was still available as the
Mm.
bonus of the day if there was. And so, but pot was definitely a daily thing, and
Mm.
cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really drink
Mm.
coffee until I got sober, which is kind of interesting.
You needed
So,
something.
yeah.
Caffeine and sugar.
Caffeine and sugar. Yeah, I was definitely missing that, the alcohol sugar. Anyway, I had that experience yesterday and that was a eye-opening situation. And
Yeah.
then I was thinking about how people, you know, I've known people who go get a back surgery or go get some kind of surgery and then they're given whatever, which was an
Mm-hmm.
option. He was like, I can give you a narcotic. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't want a narcotic. I mean, I'll take the 500 ibuprofen and
Mm-hmm.
it's fine. Like that is
Yeah.
working. There's a little bit of dull ache. I
Yeah.
can live through that. I don't need a narcotic. And
Yeah.
you can see how people just get not the craving, but it sets off something in them, whether they are
Mm-hmm.
alcoholic or not. They become addicted to this thing that is numbing themselves out from feeling any pain.
Mm.
And for me, I think feeling the pain is my way through the
Mm.
pain because then it's like I'm in it. I'm having this vision right now. So I don't remember who wrote about it, but they were talking about buffalo or bison. When there's a big storm coming, most
Oh.
animals will
Mm-hmm.
flee from the storm,
Mm.
but bison or buffalo will go through, like just turn their heads toward it and
Mm.
go through it and get through it faster because they're not being followed by
Mm.
it the whole way. So it
Mm-hmm.
passes over them quicker
Mm.
than the rest of the animals, which I thought was kind of interesting. And that's kind of what I feel like. It's like I'd rather feel it, deal with it, get
Mm-hmm.
through it, get over it,
Mm-hmm.
than keep running.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Mm. Lots there.
lots there.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday. I had a
Ugh.
freaking tooth taken out of my
Oh
head.
my goodness. That sounds very painful. Proud of
Ugh,
you.
thank
And
you.
also, I'm like,
Man, I would have chosen to be fully knocked out. I would have chosen the anesthesia, somebody come pick me up. But also, anesthesia doesn't always feel safe for people either, right? Like some
Yeah,
people don't want to be totally knocked out, like without any kind of record or presence of what's going on.
right.
So props to you for your very brave choice, because what?
Well, I just don't want to feel any pain, but I didn't want to be all the way knocked out.
I think the anticipation of the pliers would have just, I would have been like,
There,
hey,
there
give me
was
that girl.
no, I did not have any anticipation of the pliers. I just was like fully numbed out. And he also put a local shot in my mouth, which I did
Yeah,
feel. And then I
sure.
sat there for another 10, 15 minutes, who knows how fucking long.
Till they let it
And
set
then
in.
I hear him come in and I look up and he's got these fucking pliers over my head. And I
No.
was like, oh shit. It's like, I felt like, one of those weird, like old English, like murder mysteries, like Jack the Ripper or whatever. Somebody's coming to fucking take my gold teeth out to sell them on the street. You know what I
Oh.
mean? I was like, what the fuck?
Did you at least get to keep the tooth souvenir?
No, I don't want to keep the tooth, you weirdo.
Okay.
Ugh.
We can turn it into a little memento mori ring.
No, there's no tooth fairy coming to my house.
Okay. Heard. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Hmm.
we're on step 10, which
We
that
are on
has
step
nothing
10.
to do with what I just talked about.
In some ways, yes. In some ways,
In some
no.
ways, the
It's
reflection.
always relevant,
Yeah. So
right?
step 10 is we maintain a daily practice of reflection, amends, and forgiveness.
And it sounds like it was both a reflection and an amends yesterday.
What do you mean? Like taking care of my body?
Taking care of your body and making amends for all the times that you did do that and like numbed out intentionally, right? And awareness of what your choices are and what choice you want to make in this specific moment,
Right.
what your body can handle, right? Like maybe you had a different pain tolerance one day and you would have chosen something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think when you're drinking, it's actually very hard to anesthetize alcoholics. So
Yeah.
they require a lot more anesthetic than normal people do. So that's
Mm,
also problematic. But
yeah.
luckily, had nothing in my system. But to go from nothing in my system to kind of like, oh, am I feeling something to fuck, I can't feel my feet? Like,
Mm.
what? Wait, and I was like, can I feel my feet right now? Like, and then I started doing this, like,
Oh
touching
my
my
God.
thumbs to my fingers in a rotating thing to see, like,
If you can feel it.
like, can I feel this? If I poke
Yeah.
myself with my nail, does that hurt? Like, is this
Mm.
gonna hurt? And then by the
So
time he
you
did
were
come in,
high.
I was numb and I was high.
Mm.
Nitrous oxide, which I guess is what people do whippets. Is that
Yes.
it? Okay.
Yes.
All right. No,
I,
thank you.
yeah.
No thanks. No thanks. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I choose sober.
Mm.
Thank you. Oof. Anyway. So that was, yeah.
Okay.
All right. I mean,
And how are
go
you
ahead.
feeling now? Are you
Well,
still just like processing that experience?
now I'm just, I'm glad that I'm doing what I need to do for my body because
Yeah.
there was an infection in it was a crown that wasn't working anymore. And it's
Mm.
like, it's been bothering me and I took care of it. And it feels good to be like taking care of my body, even though
Yeah.
it's like expensive and it's time consuming. It's going to be months of not having a tooth in my head till
Mm.
they replace it with this, like there's a whole process to it. But I don't know.
Wow.
I think it's just about taking care of myself in a way that, you know, I got another like third of my life. I need all my teeth.
Yes.
Oh, but this was the most fucked up thing. Okay. So
Okay.
you're signing all these waivers,
Uh-huh.
initialing like 24 different little fucking things.
Sure.
One of them was may cause, I mean, it was buried in all these other
Mhm.
things, but may cause loss of taste. And I was like, hey, I was
Damn.
like, on a scale of 1 to 100, like, has this ever happened? She's like, it's never happened. And I was like, because I'm out. Like, if I don't get to taste food again, this is our family. Like, we base all our trips on where we're going to eat.
Yes.
Our get-togethers are focused on what restaurant are we all craving at the
Yes.
same time. Like, to lose that big part of
Mm.
our ecosystem of
Hmm.
how we gather as a family, I would be like, no, I'll take, I'll take, I'll take the bridge. Like, I'm not going to have you
Yeah.
pull the tooth, right? So,
Yeah.
but I was already there
Mm.
for the appointment by the time I saw this thing. And I
Sure.
was like, all right, well, I hope to
Well,
God I'm not that 1 in 100.
mm. Wild.
Yeah,
Oh, Maji.
yeah,
That's a lot.
it's a lot.
That's a lot. Mm. Yeah. It's so interesting to me too. Like, and again, I don't want to like put words into your mouth, but if Livy or I needed that, like you wouldn't hesitate to be like, oh yeah, like let's just go do it. Right? There would be like no consideration about the cost or like the time. It's just like whatever your body needs, we will do. And so it's been really heartwarming to see you like, I don't know what has changed recently. Maybe it's because we're like older, we're both in grad school, we're on our way, but to see you prioritizing yourself more has been really beautiful.
Mm, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're grown ass humans now. You can make your own doctor's appointments and you have your
We've been able
own.
to do that for a while. Let's pump the brakes,
But you know
okay?
what I'm saying? Like I've had to come I would say through therapy really
Mm,
is the biggest thing. It was like she's pointed out to me that I have this window in my life,
hmm.
which I can see now is somewhat not as open as it was when we even started talking about it,
Sure.
where my parents are healthy, my husband's healthy, my kids are grown, I'm in a nice high earning job, and I can do things for myself that I haven't ever done. I can do things that I want to do for
Hmm.
me in this window. And what is it that I want to do? Because I mean, I'm even listening to this book and it just finished it, called Die with Nothing. And
Mm,
it is about cost analysis. Is like you're only going to
sure.
live for so long and you're only going to be able to enjoy certain experiences during certain times of your life, right? So
Hmm.
like skiing is much more fun between 20 and 35 than it is at 70 because it's just hard on the knees, right? Like
Hmm.
they're going to loud concerts and standing in line and, eating shit food at a concert. It's way more fun in your 20s than it is in your 80s, right? So
Yeah.
like there are certain times where it's like spend the money, have the life experience and don't he wasn't like being like just go out and live every day as if it's the last day and
Right.
not protect yourself, but his point was that if there were he used a couple of examples. One was a woman who was struggling with as a single mom with some kids, and her parents were millionaires, and they they gave her that she inherited this money upon the death of her parents.
Hmm.
In her words, she was like, that could have been so much more helpful to me as a single mom than
Mm,
as a 50-year-old something who's got her shit together and is past that, and like I have all my needs met at this point.
yeah.
Like it would have been game changing for her in her 30s as a young mom with two
Hmm.
kids on her own, struggling to make ends meet,
Yeah.
than to inherit all this money when they're gone and she's older and her shit's together.
Mm,
And alternatively, he was talking about a friend who was a multimillionaire, and then like he was like, I'm gonna quit when I make 20 million, and then I'm gonna quit when I make 50 million. Then he's a billionaire, then he's a multi-billionaire. And yeah, he retired at 38, so still very young to make all that kind of money.
Yeah.
But he was saying like that guy could
No.
have retired, in his 20s when his kids were little and really enjoyed being a dad, with like enjoying that time with these kids that are never, it's never gonna come again, like that
Yeah.
beautiful young time when he was working, like a dog. And so it's interesting just listening to that because, you know, at 60, yeah, I don't want to do some of the things that I would, I don't like standing in line. I don't know if I've ever liked standing in line.
No. I vote no on that.
I don't want
Which is fair.
general admission tickets to a concert. I don't want to stand in the pit. I, I don't, I'm not going to go on a backpacking hostel trip.
Right.
Those kind of carefree experiences that someone would have in their 20s,
Hmm.
you're not going to have in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s.
Yeah.
Also, like, the bike trips we've taken and the things like that, they're, I can do them at 60, but I might not be able to do them at 80, right?
Yeah.
And so it was really about carving out time to do the things that you want to do in the time that you
Mm.
have that's appropriate for, you know,
Yeah.
living as much life as possible and not making it all about saving money. And he was like, he always gets the thing, what about the kids? He's like, give the kids their money when they can enjoy it. Like just or set up a trust if they're too young and then they'll have it. Like just,
Yeah.
and then you have your buckets and you carve it out. And I was like, huh, interesting. So
Yeah.
anyway, that was what I've just
Mm.
listened to, and it's kind of put the like the mortality question in my brain of like,
Mm.
am I living my full self life? Am I moving
Mm.
toward what I want to do and how I want to do it in a way that's important? So,
Hmm.
yeah, which I think is a good question to ask because we're all
Yes.
moving toward it.
Yes. Yeah. Mm. I think that to like tie that back to this step, it requires like a deep self-knowing, right? Like it requires deep inquiry and sitting with that. And you can probably do that on certain substances. I don't know because I inherited that one Advil twice a year gene apparently instead of the other one, which I'm grateful for. But like I was raised with an abundance of caution around drugs and alcohol. But like it requires a lot of, yeah, sitting with myself, which I don't know that I could do that if I was on nitrous oxide all the time or whatever.
No, you
Right? If I
can't.
was
You
doing lipids
definitely
all the
cannot.
time.
Definitely
Yeah.
cannot.
And I did try whippets one time. 'Cause I had an
Oof,
ex who liked whippets, and I was like, I just lost like 700 brain cells. I don't think I need to do
right?
that
I was
again.
just like, what the heck is
Ugh,
this
it's not for
thing?
me. And again, not
No.
to yuck anybody's yum, but like, yeah. And that's also, I'm not encouraging people to go do whippets. I'm just saying for anybody who's out there who's raising children and you are in recovery, your kids can be quote unquote normies.
Yes.
Potentially. They can go anyway. They can go anyway, but it is possible. So,
Yeah. But
yeah.
that goes into this step 10, which is
Hmm.
the reflection, amends, and forgiveness, right? Like
Hmm.
reflection on what is without like beating myself up over it. Like
Hmm.
I'm not, I, I'm not ashamed that that's what I did because it got
Hmm.
me where I am, and
Yeah.
it's beautiful because I've got to live a life that's very purposeful and
Hmm.
full. And it allows me to have these kind of introspections of
Hmm.
what's important to me and how I feel I want to live my life. Like
Yeah.
that, because sometimes life happens by me and
Hmm.
sometimes life happened to me if I'm in a
Hmm.
victim mindset and like things aren't going my way
Hmm.
and why doesn't it work out and why hasn't this happened already or
Yeah.
blah blah blah, fill in the blank of
Yeah.
when is it my turn?
Yeah.
Right. But then it's like, okay, what have I done to move it along? So like
Hmm.
this week, I've been talking about doing these workbooks.
Hmm.
And this week I was talking to my therapist about it. And she was like, how about if you just get a little tray and you get like 12 little workbooks and every day you just write for like 10 minutes and then just stop. Like, don't like it's just 10 minutes
Hmm.
and just stop. And I was like, huh, and it's because when I come home from work, I'm talked out, I'm tapped
Hmm.
out. I just want to like listen to a book and color on my phone or play a stupid
Hmm.
game and not like just zone out and maybe reflect about my day or whatever, but
Yeah.
like quiet time. I don't
Hmm.
watch a lot of TV unless I find a show that I binge on. And so, yeah, I ordered some little books and they came
Sweet.
yesterday and I don't have a tray, but they're sitting by my bed. I didn't do it last night because I
Hmm.
felt like I might still be high, so probably not the best time to start a writing process. But
Or keep it as the opposite baseline. But sure.
so
It's funny.
anyway, but that felt like doable. And then
Yeah.
and going back to what I was talking about, that makes
Hmm.
me feel
Hmm.
like I'm moving what I want forward, even if it's
Mm.
just a little bit of
Yeah.
effort every day. I feel like, okay, it's happening by me.
Yeah. Mm.
Because oftentimes I don't want to do anything and then I just want my ship to come in.
Yes. Okay, so that reminds me of this book that I'm reading for my summer class, which is Management and Leadership of Organizations. So, interesting class. We all have to take it, it's required. But the first book we're assigned is called How We Show Up by Mia Birdsong. And it's a lot about like examining all of the ways that we exist with each other and within our relationships and digging into like why those are the way they are. And it has a bunch of different models of like what community can look like, different ways of holding ourselves and our people accountable. And yeah, like what it means to show up in different ways. And that had me thinking, I was like, again, not to circle back on this thing, but I'm like, would mom have gone for the anesthesia option if she knew that I was like back in LA and able to come pick her up because I have a flexible work schedule during the day? Like, again, she's shaking her head no. So
No,
that makes me feel good. But like,
no,
but
because it wasn't the pickup wasn't the issue.
mm,
It was the least amount of anesthetic where I also
mm,
just I didn't feel like a shot of Novocaine was going to be enough for
no,
him to pull the stitching out of my
thank God
head.
you did not choose
Right.
that.
So it was like, okay, I don't need to be a martyr, but I
Yes.
also don't need to like fucking get knocked out if
Yeah.
this middle thing will accomplish it and I can be back to me and drive home.
Mhm.
I don't want to be messed with
Yeah.
in a drug way
Yeah.
any more than I have to like no.
So it was like assessing your discomfort tolerance then.
Correct. It wasn't about the ride.
Hmm. And that's an interesting choice that we don't often, well, I don't necessarily make that consciously all the time, but it is, I think at this point, established that human beings orient themselves towards comfort. And yeah, analyzing or assessing how much discomfort I'm willing to tolerate can has been a helpful tool for making decisions when I'm aware of it, right? But maybe that's something that I need to reflect on more as I'm going about my day,
Interesting.
you know? Because I get stuck in like paralysis, right? Or like I'm very much a perfectionist, especially when it comes to school. And so it's like, is it worth tolerating the discomfort of a bad grade? Or is it like because I didn't turn anything in? Or is it worse to know that like I turned in something that was maybe not exactly an A, right? So like, am I willing to lose the points because of my tardiness, not because of my actual work? And that way I
Right.
like protect myself from the discomfort of knowing that I did subpar work, which I
Mm.
don't think I've actually really done, except for maybe one assignment so far.
I don't think you, yeah, I
But
don't
that's
think,
because I take too long and then I get caught up in it, right? So, yeah.
yeah.
And also, this is interesting too, like thinking about kind of daily amends and forgiveness. Like every assignment that I turn in on time is like an amends to my past self that didn't turn an assignment in on time. I
Mm,
think that might be a really interesting idea to center this semester,
mm, nice.
you know?
Yeah, because it's kind of, that goes back to probably steps 6 and 7, where
Yeah.
you're making choices that you're you're taking actions in ways that serve you and others.
Hmm.
It's helpful for you to have it on time, and it's helpful
Hmm.
for the professor to have it on time, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wins when the agreed to perimeter is
Hmm.
met. And
Yeah.
I'm hosting a couple of gatherings, which is interesting, kind of going back to
Hmm.
this book, because I'm like, are you studying organizational psychology? Like what? Wait, because like I can geek out on that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is it Adam Grant that does that? Is that Adam Grant, one of those professors? Anyway, doesn't
Atomic
matter.
Habits? Oh,
Doesn't matter.
no,
No,
that's a
that's a
different
different
one.
guy. Anyway, I have three different things that I'm hosting within a week's time. They
Mm.
all landed. I don't know why, but they did. So tomorrow, I have close to 30 women going to the Angel City game for Women of Compass. And that's going to
Yay.
be super fun. We're going to do a little pregame on the lawn before, and I'm going to go when we're
Cute.
done talking and go get an ice chest and, probably some cheese and crackers and little things to nosh on before the
Yeah.
game. And
Cute.
that's fun. And then Tuesday, I organized our sales leader half day retreat, kind of this fun thing where
Hmm.
we get together and just kind of be with each other. And
Mm.
there's not really an agenda. We're not really being talked at or to, or sharing
Hmm.
problems and looking for solutions. We're just
Hmm.
kind of like being with each other, which is
Mm.
nice. Once a year we do that. We're
Nice.
going to Top Golf, and we're gonna
Oh,
play games.
please film that for me.
Uh-huh. I don't golf, so should
Mm.
be, wrist
Excellent.
breaking. And
Yeah.
then, so that's Sunday, then Tuesday, then Friday, I'm hosting a women's AA retreat in
Mm.
Palos Verdes. This year, I think we have 48 women coming, and I just
Wow.
had, one more person ask. And it's kind of goes to that thing. It was like one person emailed me yesterday, like, who's going to the soccer thing? Can we all ride together? And I was like, you didn't even buy a ticket. What are you talking? Like, what? And
Mm.
then so she gets added. Luckily, I have three extra tickets to
Hmm.
sell, and I'll eat the difference or give them to somebody.
Hmm.
And then I had a woman reach out to me about joining the retreat, and I'm like, I had to give our numbers last week, like
Hmm.
that. Yeah, I was like, we'll see if there's room. If not, you can come
Yeah.
as a commuter. And she had a ton of questions about who was speaking, and then I was like,
Mm.
do you want to come or
Like,
not? Like,
yes.
you don't need to know every little detail. Like,
Yeah.
and funnily enough, I mean, each one of those gatherings it has a different purpose
Mm-hmm.
and a different way of gathering. So like
Mm-hmm.
Women of Compass, I did so that we could be together watching women's sports,
Mm-hmm.
and also that it falls right after World Cup where everybody's still feeling the soccer vibe
Yeah.
is fantastic. Like,
Awesome.
and to also watch women who don't just fucking roll around on the ground for no reason. And then, the leadership retreat is more about us just still being able to get to know each other on a personal
Mm-hmm.
level rather than the weekly Zoom that we're in, that not always we're not always talked. Mostly we're being talked at
Mm.
and not, it's not a,
They're not communing with each
no,
other.
I mean, there's times where people are sharing best practices for this or that, but most
Yeah.
of the time it's, we have this thing that we need to accomplish as a group, and
Mm.
this is how we think we should go about it. How everybody lays it out is up to them, but this is
Mm-hmm.
what's going on, and, that kind of thing. So we don't have a lot of opportunities to just be together.
Yeah.
And then the weekend is like we do some work and we have a silent disco. It's like a kind of slumber party, but with this kind of introspective work.
Yeah.
And this year we're going to do inventory work on fear.
Mm.
And the reason I picked fear is I feel like a lot of people are feeling it right now. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the state of the world, the state of our country, the state of our own brains in how we're showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, my group there tends to be an older group of
Mm-hmm.
people. And so, there's things around aging and
Mm-hmm.
finances and,
Mm-hmm.
like that kind of going back to that introspection. Have I
Mm-hmm.
lived my life?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
What do I need to do with the time I have left? Am I doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of questions. And it brings up a lot of fear, that
Yeah.
I don't have enough resources or, and,
Mm-hmm.
but I will say,
Mm.
I'm feeling a lot less fear about the world after the World Cup. I don't know if you
Mm.
are, but I feel like I got everyone in the world got to see the humanity of people
Mm-hmm.
from e- all these different countries
Mm-hmm.
being welcomed to Canada, the US, and Mexico
Mm-hmm.
in really mostly beautiful ways.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not like, you're different and you can't sit
Mm-hmm.
with us. It was like, come on, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes, Scotland, drink all our beer in Boston.
Yeah. Mm.
Or, the story of the Capo Verde
Mm-hmm.
goalkeeper, or just all of these beautiful human stories that
Yeah.
were so captivating and so touching to watch in
Mm-hmm.
real time.
Yeah.
It was just beautiful, even though,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's a lot of other stuff too. And there was a lot of
Sure.
watching the game and being like, what the fuck kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But
Yeah.
but on a human to human level of just
Mm-hmm.
like somebody going to like some weird, you know, diner in Texas from another country and getting pancakes for the first time, like
Yeah.
freaking awesome.
Yeah. I feel like that makes it made me feel better as like an American
Hmm.
because we have such a bad reputation everywhere. And so I think it was cool, especially for the people who are staying in like college towns and not necessarily like the major cities, right? To see like what some aspects of American culture are that like are more real than Friday Night Lights, but also not like Gossip Girl, right? Like there's a lot of in between besides what's portrayed on the media and what
Right.
ends up in the news.
Yes.
And so I think in that regard, it's good And then like the cynical piece of me is like, okay, but did the people who have all the power also catch that message, right? And like the good ones did, and the bad ones are still just bad. But now there's like more context and more, and also like, yeah, just getting exposure to people. And also like, especially for like most people don't leave where they were born for the most part, right? Like a lot of people don't travel, or if they do travel, it's within a very tight radius of where they were born. And one of the ways that that gets expanded is by people going to college. That's like a major way that that happens, which is also not possible for everybody, nor wanted by everybody. And so events like this are a really wonderful way to broaden that intentionally and just by happenstance. So,
yep. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to be talking to you about whatever we end up talking about, which I absolutely love. Yeah. Drink some water. Have some introspection. Be forgiving of yourself and others. Like everybody's going through something.
Big time.
You don't know what it could be. So just like be kind. What was the amends? You know, you do something shitty, fix it.
Yes.
If you can fix it.
And fix it in a way that is mutually respectful. Right? Like the way that sometimes I want to make an amends and it's not the right time for the other person to be receiving that.
Correct.
Right? So like amends with consent and when and where that's applicable.
And also they might not be ever accepted.
Ever. Yeah.
Ever.
And then you find another way.
Yeah. But it's usually meaning like, I'm not going to do that to another person again. And that's a true amends and not just an I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling good today. Like, and also just to kind of wrap it up with these gatherings.
Yeah.
The gatherings are like where the joy is found in the communing with other people, especially as we're going more and more into this AI kind of world where we're being disconnected from humans.
Yeah.
It is so important to be with other people who are different than you.
Yeah.
Because you learn, there's so much to learn from each other. So anyway, I'm looking forward to this week of, I took Monday off because I know I'll be socially tapped out by then. I'll be like, do not want to talk to anybody. I went on a houseboat trip when you were little, we'd do these houseboat trips and I'd come back and I'm like, I'm not talking to a fucking person for a week. Like, I have been on a boat trapped with people talking for a week solid, and I need a whole week of not talking to get over it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Drink some water.
Yeah. I'm going to go have quiet time. Okay.
And
I love you too.
You want to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
Sure. All right. If you are not driving or doing something else that requires your eyeballs, close your eyes. Think about something you're grateful for. You're going to take a deep breath in and exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay.
Hey, love you.
Alrighty. Love you. You're a miracle. We're the miracles.
Thanks for joining. Bye.
We want to hear from you.
Find us on Instagram and TikTok at 12 Steps for Everyone. That's at the number 12 Steps for Everyone.
Please like and follow us. You can also send us topics you want us to dig into or follow-up questions from each episode.
And if you know someone who would enjoy or benefit from our conversations, please feel free to share this with them. All are welcome here.